Fry's, Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
Are there still places Taco Bell's crispy chicken nuggets haven't been? Sure, but the inside of a Crunchwrap slider is no longer one of them. The new crispy chicken Crunchwrap slider. All white meat chicken nuggets where only we could put them. Inside a slider-sized Crunchwrap. And the dipping sauce, it's along for the ride. On the inside. Choose from creamy chipotle or jalapeno honey mustard. The new crispy chicken Crunchwrap slider. A brand new classic. Only at Taco Bell.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Enclaves at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. That's $4,000 off and 4.9% financing for up to 84 months on this luxurious third-row SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith. Or online at harryrobinson.com.
10 years ago, True Grit Running Company opened its doors with one simple goal: to help people move better, feel stronger, and find their stride. Today, we're celebrating 10 years of True Grit. Join us all year long for anniversary events, group runs, limited edition gear, and plenty of surprises as we kick off 2026. Whether you're chasing a finish line or just starting your journey, thank you for being part of our story. True Grit Running Company, 10 years strong, built by runners.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we'll usher in spring with summer-like temperatures. We'll top out in the mid to upper 80s with a light west to southwest wind. We'll stay mostly clear tonight, lows falling into the upper 50s. Sunny skies as we go through the weekend with daytime highs around 90, overnight lows around 60. I'm Matthew Harding with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for wine, specialty beers, and liquor, located at 12100 Highway 71 South in Fort Smith. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, you're listening to ESPN 95.3, ERX Paris, Fort Smith.
What I was most happy with, we end up with 26 assists. We pass the ball to each other. We create shots for each other. Makes us pretty good.
15 to shoot. Acup lobs it for Ewan inside, and Malik throws it down.
Did you see that dunk? I sat down. I don't even know. I think Malik threw him a bad pass, and he got it from behind his head. How did you get that down?
15 to shoot. Richmond jump stop at the foul line inside Brazil. He caught it, threw it down with one hand, all in one motion. Wow. Erickson baseline drive, cut off, kicks it out. Bullock in the paint, shot blocked by Brazil. Thomas out of there with it on a run out, a lob for Richmond, and another throwdown. Showtime for the Razorbacks, 54-36.
I'll be walking the streets of Portland tonight, enjoying this.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, produced by Colton Little, with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. This is The Morning Rush.
You know, and I was also walking the streets of Portland tonight, Tommy, and I did not run into John Calipari. Unfortunately, I don't know if he went to bed early. I don't know if he ended up not going out, but I did not see him walking the streets of Portland last night after a 19-point win over the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors.
Did you expect to see John Calipari on the streets?
No. That was more of a tongue-in-cheek, a joke after the fact. And
my question is, why were you on the streets?
Because they won. You got to go out. You got to get out and about and celebrate. You take it in after a win like that. Arkansas led the entire game. Never really in doubt for probably about 35 minutes. Malik Thomas and Darius Acup goes for 20-plus.
Well, there were some that when that game hovered around 15 points in my text group were rather nervous about how the game was going to finish. Yes. It was not an easy finish for some in yesterday's game. No, it was not. It was it was a very stressful last 2 or 3 minutes of that game.
So the tail end of the game, Arkansas was up by 17, I guess. And I was watching Cal because Malik's dribbling the ball next to him. And I thought he mouthed, "Don't shoot it," to Malik. And maybe I misread what he said because then Malik went in for that layup at the tail end of the game. And it wouldn't matter because most people got the line at 14.5, 15 or whatever. But I had wondered, I was like, what if that game was right around like 14 or 15? And if you're an Arkansas fan, you needed that at the tail end. Nevertheless, the Razorbacks take down Hawaii. You move on to the round of 32. High Point beats Wisconsin in an epic game here in Portland, and that's your opponent late Saturday night, 8:45 Central 5, 6:45 local time here. We'll get into some of the great games that happened yesterday, but as far as the game that we saw with our Razorbacks, what are some of the superlatives? What are some of the things that you took away from the nearly 100-piece Arkansas poured into yesterday?
All right, so you can give us your thoughts on the game. Lewis Automotive Group hotline open 877-377-6963. It's a Fast Break Friday brought to you by QC Kinetics. If you rolled out of bed with a little joint pain today, elbow, knee, back, shoulder, your hips, wherever it's hurting, QC Kinetics, they're the medical professionals that use the latest regenerative treatments backed by real science, treatments that take the tiny, powerful healing tools inside your body and concentrate them right where you need relief. Call our friends at QC Kinetics, 479-999-1234. That's 999-1234 for QC Kinetics. I just thought that the physical matchup yesterday was just that was the difference in the game. Arkansas was too big, they were too long, but as we talked about all week, I didn't think they could guard Acuff. I didn't think they could guard Arkansas's players going to the hole. I didn't think they could stay, they being Hawaii, in front of the Razorbacks. They did not, and I thought that was, really where the game was decided early, was the fact that Hawaii couldn't defend the Razorback players on the offensive half court.
What happened first play? Malik Thomas takes it in, left-handed layup, and just blows by his defender. Arkansas out-rebounds him by 10. There were a lot of times that Darius Acuff was able to get out on the fast break. And for all the talk about how good Hawaii was at just making you score one-on-one buckets, Arkansas nearly tripled up what their season average is. They give up about 9 assists a game. Arkansas had 26. I mean, that just goes to show you when this team, and again, the stat, where's the stat? Mike K would put it in the notes. Arkansas is 12-0 this season and 17-0 under Cal, and they've had 20 or more assists, and they had 26 again yesterday. So really like what I saw from the guys. I mean, there were a lot there. 11-11 of dunks. TB had one of the best dunks of his collegiate career. Malik Ewan had several alley-oops, and they were just running and gunning. Hawaii couldn't throw it in the ocean in that first half, and shot a little better in the second half, but Arkansas was able to take advantage of turnovers, missed shots, and at the end of the day, that was like what I was sitting next to a Seattle radio guy who actually graduated from Arkansas, funny enough, and I told him, I was like, how like that, you're in an AAU tournament, and there's a good amount of good teams, and then there's that one private school team that walks in the gym that thinks they belong. That's the equivalent of what you saw in Portland yesterday.
Yeah, and there's still plenty to coach on out of this game. Yeah, this wasn't a game that mentally stressed Arkansas out. It probably stressed a few out that had Arkansas minus the points. But, for the most part, this wasn't a game where you ever felt threatened. You got out to an 11-0 lead. Hawaii burned through their timeouts throughout the game. They didn't have any at the end, didn't need them because they were cooked. But, Arkansas still had some sloppy moments in this game. 10 turnovers in the game. There were some possessions. So there's still stuff to coach on out of this game tape. That as Cal gets this team ready for High Point on Saturday night.
Yeah, and hopefully they will fix the mistakes because this is a tough matchup. Cal talked about it after the game, just what's in store when they play High Point. We'll get to some of his audio coming up in just a bit. Here's that initial thought.
I've got 3 tapes that I got to watch of High Point. They're good. Wisconsin found out. They are good, and they're not afraid. I recruited Cam to Kentucky. So I know how good he is. And so they're good. I mean, we're not walking in thinking, okay, this will be an easy one. No, it won't. None of them are easy.
You are happy, like we were talking about, Tommy. You don't have to play Wisconsin, but this is still going to be a really tough matchup for the Arkansas Razorbacks late on Saturday night.
At 90,
late.
That Cam he's talking about, it's that number 99, right? Cam Johnson, I believe.
Yeah, Colton. What's
that kid was shooting some threes yesterday.
What's the advice for Cam Johnson?
That's a different kid, Tommy.
Okay.
That's a different kid. But when you're talking
that 99, I know this. You better guard him.
Chase Johnston. You have to guard
Chase.
him. I wrote down a very few simple rules for how to guard that guy.
Ooh.
It is 100% be physical. You put an elbow in his chest early in the game. You put Billy Richmond on him and lock him up, and this is a no threat, no sweat contest. I'm telling you, the kid is great. He had his one shining moment pulling up from the logo. That's awesome. It's a different caliber athlete that they're going to play on Saturday, and we're going to take it to them.
Or was this shining moment the only 2-point basket he's had all year long,
which
was the go-ahead layup to win the game?
I would have bricked that, man. That was incredible.
First shot. It's kind of like Jack Golke a couple years ago. It's like I only think he took 1 or 2 2-pointers in that game against Kentucky. It's wild. Like, they're just running off curl screens and flare screens the entire game. He's just never cutting to the basket, and yet he scores his first 2-point bucket yesterday. What I also found funny is after the game. So Cal is talking with Jared Greenberg, who is the sideline broadcaster for I guess the broadcast. The broadcast was on TBS yesterday, right, guys?
Yes.
Okay, and Cal was talking about just the late. Like hoping we don't have late. Colton, I'm not seeing it on the B bar. Maybe it's there. But he was joking. It's like, I hope we don't play. We're probably gonna end up playing late since we play good in the afternoon.
Yeah,
sure enough.
Oh, yeah, the immediate interview after the game. Yeah,
we played good in the afternoon, or they'd have had us this evening. So they didn't realize that we're a good afternoon team. I shouldn't say that, because then in 2 days, what? We'll be playing the evening.
Well,
I think that's what he actually wants.
Oh, really?
And I think he's doing some reverse psychology on the TV execs that are picking the times.
Well, we were kind of stunned and mystified when the game time came out. I was like, okay, surely they'll put Cal in prime time, and it's like 3:25, kind of buried in the afternoon. And this makes a little more sense. You've got a Cinderella versus the brand that is Arkansas and John Calipari, and a chance to go to San Jose here. I don't know if I didn't get a chance to listen to Chuck and Bo. Have they said anything about travel arrangements, Tommy, if they were able to win on Saturday, if they just go straight to San Jose, or still the NCAA's dime, going back to Fayetteville and then heading back out west again?
You're going home. I mean,
okay.
No one wants to stay, what would it be, Sunday, Monday, 3 or 4 extra nights on the road? No, everybody wants to go home and wash their underwear. So they're going to go home, get a new bag of clothes, kiss mama and get back out on the road. So you want to get back into your training facilities, into your training rooms, into your routine. I know it's a long distance, but it's an extra hour and a half on the plane versus going somewhere else. So
go ahead.
I just think we overstate that sometimes. Well, it's way when we're not driving. We're not going by horse and buggy. They're not taking the train to San Jose. First thing we got to do is beat High Point, and then we'll worry about the travel arrangements. But it's an extra hour and a half on a plane versus some other locations. But it's not. Once you get there, you're there. So, all right, our Fence Man Friday picks coming up in just a minute. Brought to you by APAC and Standard Materials Group. 479-587-3300 is the number. As you're getting projects and things going, APAC is always there with rock, sand, gravel, all the aggregates and materials you need to do your job right. Whether it's a big job or a small job, APAC's there. And when it comes to ready mixed concrete, no one does it better than APAC, because they understand all the variables, all the trucking, the logistics, and everything that needs to go in to get your job done on time. 479-587-3300 for APAC and Standard Materials Group.
All right, so we mentioned High Point winning yesterday. That wasn't the only upset we saw.
He's got it inside. Evans for the lead. He's got it. The layup goes with 4.1. Wow. How about the punch? High Point, the Panthers, the 12 seed, continue on as they upset the Wisconsin Badgers 83-82. And the Panthers march on. A long toss by Stevenson. The catch, Taysar. And that's it. VCU comes all the way back to defeat North Carolina.
This is the opening drive.
All right, so the 4 clips you heard there were TCU. Tommy, you called it. What a great game to start the tournament between the Horned Frogs and the Buckeyes. Terrible shot by Ohio State by the end. I don't know what they were doing. The High Point win, which we're here in Portland, got a chance to watch the tail end of that. How about Siena going toe-to-toe for Duke, leading for the majority of that game?
Jerry
McNamara.
John Schreier coaching malpractice. What a moron.
He
said 5 guys. Siena played 5 guys, and he never took it to him. They wanted to play slow ball in the first half. What are you doing?
Yeah, that was – well, he
played like a coach who's missing a couple players is what he played like.
Well, he was very critical of himself after the game. He said, I got outcoached by Jerry McNamara, like straight up. I think that was the first thing he said in the sideline report, which he's right. And if McNamara was the head coach of Syracuse, they would have moved on, but he's head coach of Siena. So that was that game. VCU comes back. Was it the largest NCAA tournament comeback ever? I mean, North Carolina, what a choke job for Hubert Davis and company. He didn't want to talk after the game. He gets asked about the same thing you're talking about, Colton, about playing guys. He's like, no, they didn't get tired. Of course they got tired. They only had 4 free throws in OT. They couldn't hit anything in the second half. So that was a coaching miscue on his part. And then, let's see, the other game was, I think those were just the 3 games we had. So those were kind of stood out to me yesterday. Guys, what other games stood out yesterday?
Well, obviously High Point beating Wisconsin was the one we were zeroed in on yesterday. You touched on it. How do you lead by 19 points and lose when you're a blue blood program? I mean, you're going to get anyone's best shot. I don't care if North Carolina is a 6 seed or not. You're North Carolina. Beating North Carolina at any point, at any seed, is a feather in your cap. How do you not know you have a target on your chest because of the name on the front? I mean, I just can't explain it. I mean, and so that's another blue blood down, and probably a few brackets that people just pick North Carolina because it's North Carolina. Yeah. There you go.
Well, VCU has been a tournament team for a number of years. They were that 11 seed that made it to the Final Four back, I believe, in 2011, if memory serves me right. They've been a consistent team. They upset Duke with Eric Maynor years ago. I mean, that's just a really good program. I think Pearl was talking about on the TNT broadcast yesterday that I think 11 of the last 15 years they've made the tournament from the Atlantic 10. So give credit to them for not giving up. You know what's really similar to is Nevada. Now, obviously, different caliber of teams. Nevada was down to Cincinnati under Muss years ago by like 18. And they came back in the second half. That's what it kind of reminded me of. But, yeah, when you're a blue blood, like you mentioned, Tommy, you got to know that it doesn't matter how big you're up. There's always going to be that target. There's always going to be belief on the other side. And now North Carolina fans, very disappointing season after they have one of the best players in college basketball whose injury kind of derails it a little bit. And now they're going back to Chapel Hill very, very disappointed.
All right, that's the opening drive brought to you by LureNet.com. All the brands you need, including the Bobby Garland Baby Shad, available now at LureNet.com. Rebel, Yum, Booyah, Bobby Garland, and more, all there to help you fill up that tackle box. We're going to have some great weather this weekend, so it's time to get back out on the water. LureNet.com can help you do that. All orders over $35 get free shipping in the U.S. as well. That's LureNet.com, Arkansas's own LureNet.com.
So as I understand it, Colin, your dad brought in donuts this morning?
Yeah, I forgot he was coming, so that was that was a little bit of a surprise to have him watching over my shoulder as I was trying to furiously cut a bunch of audio this morning. But yeah, he's here.
Did you get a donut, Brandon, from the Fence Man?
I did not.
Okay,
there's one out there. We'll get you one.
Snag you one before you leave. So I just y'all want to save me some donuts for Monday?
No,
he didn't buy you any donuts.
You're not here.
He said if you were here, we wouldn't buy you any donuts.
These are for Colton. These are for Brandon. These are for Tommy. They're not for Ty.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how it's written on the box, actually. So word for word.
That's a tough note. Yeah. All right, y'all ready to pick some SEC action for this weekend?
Hey, SEC did good yesterday, other than Georgia. So.
Georgia got pounded by St. Louis. What's that kid's name? Robbie Avelia, Colton?
That's right. Yeah, dog.
102-77. Woof.
They were never in it either. They were out early in that game. So
Texas beat A.J. Devanza and BYU. That was a big win. So big win here in Portland. All right, let's pick some games. But first, let's hear how we did last week. Florida's a 10.5-point favorite, guys. Who do we like?
Florida's going to win. I'll take Kentucky, though, in 10.5.
I think Florida blows the doors off of them.
Yeah, I got Florida blowing them out, too.
Vanderbilt is a 1.5-point favorite. I'm going to take Tennessee.
I'll take Tennessee.
Think Vandy's going to pull one out?
Ole Miss against Bama, another 10.5-point spread. Alabama, the favorite in this one, Tommy.
Give me Alabama.
I'm going to take the Crimson Tide.
We'll call Bama to win, but Ole Miss to cover.
How many do they take against Mississippi State this week in Bob Walker?
I got the Razorbacks winning 1.
Yeah, I don't think they win this series.
Yeah, let's go with Arkansas winning 2 this weekend.
There you go.
Arkansas is a 6.5-point favorite.
Give me them Razorbacks.
Woo pig, baby.
I think Arkansas wins, but I think Oklahoma loses by like 5. All right, we'll also pick the South Carolina series this weekend, but Tommy mentioned the SEC basketball. How about it in day one? How about in day two, guys? We got 5 games in the SEC today, or excuse me, 4 in the SEC today. We'll start with Nebraska at Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt is a 2.5-point favorite, Tommy.
Vanderbilt, give me Vanderbilt. Yeah, I think the conference just keeps rolling. Yeah.
I'm going to take Tyler Tanner and Duke Miles in this one over Hoiberg's squad, Brandon.
Yeah, I'll do the same thing. I'll go with Vanderbilt.
And that's tomorrow, by the way. Santa Clara against you.
I'll say you threw me for a loop with Nebraska. They don't play today. They just played yesterday. Yeah.
Santa Clara against Kentucky. Kentucky's just a 2.5-point favorite in this one.
God, give me Santa Clara, please. Please give me Santa Clara.
What
would we give right now for a Kentucky loss in the tournament? Please, Santa Clara.
I'm gonna hope Santa Clara wins as well, Brandon.
Santa Clara all the way.
Hofstra against Bama. Even without Aiden Holloway, Alabama's an 11.5-point favorite, guys.
Hofstra.
Okay. I'm going to take Hofstra to cover. I think Bama wins, but I like you. I think Speedy Claxton's squad makes it a game. Squad makes it a game.
I think Bama finishes
11.5's a lot of points in this tournament.
Yeah, Hofstra will cover, though.
Yeah.
Miami and Ohio against Tennessee. I'm going to take Miami and Ohio to cover. I don't know if they can beat the Vols, but I think they at least cover in this one.
Did you say the points?
Yeah, 11.5.
I'll take Miami. They're playing with a big chip on their shoulder. I think a lot like the High Point coach was talking after that game. They'll play angry. I don't think they win, but I do think they make a game of it.
Yeah, I think it's a close game.
Yeah.
Within 5.
Texas against Gonzaga tomorrow here in Portland. Gonzaga is a 5.5-point favorite.
I'll take Texas. They're on a roll right now. They've played a lot lately. Gonzaga hasn't played in a little bit since the conference tournament final they were in. So I'll take Texas.
They played yesterday, didn't they?
They haven't been on the roll that Texas is. Texas has been playing a lot lately. Gonzaga's played one game in about 12 days, something like that.
I'll take Gonzaga. I think Texas's run ends. That was a big win for them yesterday, but I don't think they can keep it close with the Zags, Brandon.
Yeah, same here. Horns down. They can't.
All right, before we pick Arkansas basketball against High Point, South Carolina series, guys. Going to Columbia, hadn't lost there since 2016. What's that series look like this weekend? 1, 2, 3, or 0?
Hogs win 2 this weekend.
Yeah, I'm going to take them taking the series with 2 wins as well, Brandon.
You know what?
You getting the broom out?
We'll get the broom out. Let's
go
for a sweep this weekend.
Boom!
I'm 3 weeks in a row, right?
Sweep. All right, last pick here in our Fence Man Friday picks. As of now, Arkansas is an 11.5-point favorite against High Point, guys. I think your friends, Tommy, might be sweating a little more if they pick Arkansas this one tomorrow than they did yesterday.
I'll take the Hogs and lay the points. I just think the athleticism and the quickness will be too much again. Hogs by 15 in this game.
I think Arkansas survives and advances to San Jose, but 11.5 seems a little high to me, Brandon. I'll take High Point to cover that spread.
Yeah, I think High Point's a good team, but I think Arkansas is just too much at the end of it.
I should say High Point get the points in this one. All right, so that is our Fence Man Friday picks. Is there anything else you want to pick? I picked out the SEC games and the baseball one this weekend.
I think we've covered our bases here, and the Fence Man. I know you're busy right now. You've got your work clothes on.
Yeah.
You're ready to leave here and go build some fence. 782-3936. Now's the time to get it going. We're gonna have summer-like weather for the weekend.
Sir. Yeah, it's a great time to get in with this right now and get scheduled too.
What's kind of the hot thing this week that you've been quoting?
Been doing a lot of dumpster enclosures. People are covering up, decorative dumpster enclosures.
All right.
Wood, anything like that.
So anything that needs some fencing around, maybe you got heating and air units outside. You want to kind of cover those up, but still have the airflow to them. They can build it just the right way for that. You mentioned dumpster enclosures; those have to kind of be custom done. Yep. Any kind of custom project, the Fence Man doesn't mind doing it. 782-3936, big or small, they'll fence it all. 782-3936 or thefencemanAR.com. Have a great weekend.
Yes, sir. You guys too.
All right, that's our Fence Man Friday picks here on a Fast Break Friday, brought to you by QC Kinetics.
Fast Break Friday brought to you by QC Kinetics in Bentonville. Get back to living your life.
Steal by the Razorbacks, knocks to the other end, and a throwdown.
Do you feel that, Arkansas? The Lotto jackpot is now more than $1 million. Why should you care? Because this $1 million+ prize can only be won in Arkansas. There are 2 lotto drawings every week, and the jackpot keeps growing until there's a winner. Join the fun and play Lotto today. A $2 ticket could change your life. Get yours in stores today. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Few things in life are more important than showing up. Whether you show up for your family, friends, or teammates, it doesn't hurt to bring a plate of their favorite beef dish. Together, we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council, courtesy of Beef. It's whatsfordinner.com. Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
Hey, Malik, I was going to ask you what college name and affiliation of Ty Richardson, ESPN Arkansas.
This is the Morning Rush.
I want to ride my bicycle.
Looking for a new ride or need a tune-up? Champion Cycling in Fort Smith has you covered. From top-of-the-line bikes like Specialized and Surly to expert repairs, apparel, and accessories, we've got everything you need to hit the trails. Stop by 5500 Mazard Road during business hours or shop anytime online at championcycling.com. Champion Cycling, helping you share in the joy of cycling.
This spring, you're organizing closets, decluttering drawers, and maybe even scrubbing places no one will ever look. But here's a thought. Why not declutter your internet, too? If your shows keep buffering, your games lag, or your video calls freeze, that's digital clutter, and you don't have to live with it. Switch to Wave Rural Connect Fiber for fast, reliable internet that keeps your home running clean and clear all season long. Visit waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372.
You've been dreaming of that new workshop, horse barn, or extra storage space? Now let Sutherland's make it a reality. Hi, this is Jeremy, sales manager at Sutherland's. From deluxe post frame packages to custom horse sheds, we have it all. And the best part, you don't have to lift a finger. Our expert crews handle the entire installation. Quality you can trust and service that's been family owned since 1917. 4 stores in Arkansas: Fort Smith, Huntsville, Hot Springs, and Stuttgart. Visit Sutherlands.com or stop by your local store today for a free estimate. No matter the project, we're here to help because at Sutherland's, home starts here.
The Solid Rock has been locally owned for over 46 years. When was the last time you were there? So much more than a bookstore. They have Christian t-shirts, church supplies, Bible studies, devotionals, home decor, gifts, and of course, a large selection of Bibles. And Bibles are engraved free of charge while you wait. Now, you can get custom laser engraving on select gift items and some Bibles. Located next to Sam's Club on South 74th, The Solid Rock is your source for faith-based books, music, clothing, and more. The Solid Rock, 452-4844.
When you need tough and paint just isn't enough, check out River City Coatings in Van Buren. When it comes to your metals, paint can peel and crack over time. Whether it's your patio furniture, rims or trims on your automobile, or heavy equipment, no one has time for a redo. Powder coating provides the toughness you need. Preserve your investment with powder coating from River City Coatings. River City Coatings, certified John Deere, Caterpillar, ISO 9001, Packer, and UL provider of River City Coatings, 471-76.
$1,000 off, or take 5.9% financing for up to 84 months. Lease the all-new 2026 GMC Canyon for as low as $399 a month with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Looking for a career with a company built to last? At Forsgren, we've been shaping the future of the River Valley since 1936. Nearly 90 years of excellence, innovation, and family-driven leadership. From sidewalks that still stand today to major infrastructure projects across the region, our legacy is built on quality and community. Apply now at goforsgren.com. Join the Forsgren legacy, where your work becomes part of something lasting. Forsgren, building the foundation of the River Valley for 4 generations. Apply now at goforsgren.com.
Since 1974, the folks in the River Valley have trusted West Ark Yamaha in Fort Smith for quality and service you just can't find at those big box stores. Now expanding into zero-turn mowers, West Ark Yamaha carries Bobcat, a high-quality commercial mower built to perform, and World Lawn, the best value in zero-turn mowers. Plus, they stock Husqvarna chainsaws and Red Max blowers and trimmers. West Ark Yamaha services what they sell. Right now, get 0% financing on all mowers. West Ark Yamaha, serving Fort Smith since 1974.
Your home for every race.
Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
ARKNSAS. This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush.
Go Hog!
15 to shoot. Richmond jump stop at the foul line inside Brazil. He caught it, threw it down with one hand, all in one motion. Wow! Erickson baseline drive, cut off, kicks it out. Bullock in the paint, shot blocked by Brazil. Thomas out of there with it on a run out of love for Richmond and another throwdown. Showtime for the Razorbacks, 54-36.
Was there a better sequence than that in the game yesterday where TB cocks back, a one-handed lob, kind of tomahawks it, blocks it on the other end, and then Malik throws a lob to Billy?
Well,
this team is so fun to watch.
On that play, I mean, we emphasize on the end of it because the dunk was thunderous. But the catch, the pass and the catch, and then to time that right for him to hammer it the way he did off the side of the rim. I mean, we just see the dunk and think about that. You just think about what set that up with the perfect pass, the perfect one-hand catch, and then to control that ball and get it in the way he did. That I don't know where SportsCenter put that in their top five, but it should have been number one.
Tommy, apparently, according to Justin Hackett, who is listening this morning on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, said Brazil's dunk did not make the top 5.
Did it make the top 10 at least?
I don't know if it didn't make the top. Justin, will you let us know? I wasn't able to watch SportsCenter last night. I was watching the games. Let us know where it fell in SportsCenter's top 10 rankings, if you could, please.
I did not see 5 better plays of that yesterday in the tournament, at least. So,
Cole, my internet just froze. Will you play Cal's reaction? Listening, so a guy from The Athletic asked TB and Cal about that dunk after the game. Here's what they both had to say about it.
Did you see that dunk? I sat down. I don't even know. I think Malik threw him a bad pass, and he got it from behind his head. How did you get that down? And I just sat down because everybody on the bench is looking at me. I'm like, don't look at me. I can't believe how he ever got that ball. But he never ceases to amaze me, some of the stuff he does, some of the blocks. We've won games based on him getting a block in the last 10 seconds of the game. And it wasn't on his man. It was on someone else driving. He goes over and blocks it, rebound. We won the game.
One of the best characterizations I've heard about TB is Matt Jones's, calling him like a pterodactyl, just how long he is and how athletic. And you see stuff. He's had so many in his career, so many highlight flying dunks, and he had another one yesterday. And like you said, Tom, and like Cal said, the pass wasn't great. And Malik Ewan is sitting next to him at the press conference, and he's just kind of smiling. And TB was kind of like, yeah, Malik, that pass with that, he's just messing with them. But that was a cool interaction after the game yesterday with those two and Cal.
Yeah, I mean those are the plays we're going to miss at some point, and there's going to be other players make great dunks, but that was a big dunk and obviously a big game on a big stage. But again, you just go into some of these plays and you look, and we just see the end and the way they rock the rim, but. Man, the pass has to be perfect. Cal's described it was a bad pass, and it was off, and he just made it look great. That's what the great ones do. They take the play that's off just a little bit. They make the micro adjustment in the moment in a fraction of a second and make it look easy. Because that looked like an easy play, but that was anything but easy.
Well, they would have to practice this. So you know how you do your 3-man weave drills all growing up? They have to do that with alley-oops because more often than not, like how many times have you watched this team? I mean, they have 10 turnovers, which seems like it's a high number for them based on their number this season. They don't turn the ball over, and they're up and down, and they also throw a lot of alley-oops. So that says something a lot about Darius, Malik, DJ, and Billy and the guys that are making that pass a lot of times. All right, the setup the next couple days. High Point, 8:45 Central Time, either on TBS or True TV. We don't know that. As far as today goes, we're going to hear from John Calipari and some players. Players at 4:40 Central, Cal at 2:40 Central. We don't get a chance to watch them in practice, but that is the setup here in Portland at the Motor Center today.
All right, that is our Hog Update live from Portland this morning, brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions. Jackie's opened a second location in Salisaw a little over a year ago. They're in Fort Smith as well, and whether you're dealing with a divorce, a custody issue, contract issue, you've been in a car wreck and you're dealing with insurance companies and medical bills and just all the problems, can't get to work, all these things because you're injured, let Jackie walk you through all of that. 479-769-1505. Jackie is compassionate, understands, she's been there, and will take care of you and your family when you're dealing with one of the worst moments perhaps in your life. 479-769-1505. Got experience with slip and fall cases, dog bite cases, and no one deals better with the insurance companies than Jackie. 479-769-1505 or go to mocklegalsolutions.com.
So it's a great time of year. It's March Madness. We love everything going on with basketball. It's also spring. I like a lot of things about spring, including savings, which our buddy Larry Rath always seems to have at Rath Auto Resources and Rath Mitsubishi. And it's always about those road-ready certified vehicles, isn't it, Larry?
You know it, absolutely. We've got a great selection of them right now. We were just talking about it in the sales meeting. Best selection we've had in a long time. Cars, trucks, SUVs, minivans, whatever you're looking for, we've got them road-ready certified, and that means they've been hand-picked. That means they've been run through our Meineke Car Care Center for a full inspection and reconditioning, and then they're covered by comprehensive warranty. Voted best used cars in the River Valley last 2 years in a row, and we believe they are. If you're looking for the best car you can get for your money, it's road-ready certified. Only available at Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. Got some terrific deals going on up there in Springdale. 0% for 72 months on 25 Outlanders while they last. I don't think those are going to make it through the end of the month. If you're interested in one of those, come on in and get it and save some money. The PHEVs, if you're worried about gas mileage, 64 miles per gallon on that plug-in electric hybrid Outlander. Just a terrific vehicle, great performance. Put some money back in your pocket, too. So we got some terrific things going on and some savings. We've marked all these cars down again, making it easy for you to save right now at Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. Check us out online, rathauto.com.
He's got it all. Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. And don't forget about the Meineke Car Care Center in both locations. Larry, spring into some action. I know you got stuff to do, man.
Hey, thank you, guys. Y'all have a good one. And folks, come and see us.
All right, well, when we come back here on the Morning Rush, Tommy's got a good Morning Rush daily question, more reaction from the tournament, and also what happened in the Motor Center in Portland, Arkansas, and High Point this Saturday night, 8:45 Central Time. More reaction coming up on a Fast Break Friday.
Feel that, Arkansas? The Lotto jackpot is now more than $1 million. Why should you care? Because this $1 million+ prize can only be won in Arkansas. There are 2 Lotto drawings every week, and the jackpot keeps growing until there's a winner. Join the fun and play Lotto today. A $2 ticket could change your life. Get yours in stores today. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Few things in life are more important than showing up. Whether you show up for your family, friends, or teammates, it doesn't hurt to bring a plate of their favorite beef dish. Together, we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council, courtesy of Beef. Itswhatsfordinner.com. Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
Richmond jump stop at the foul line inside Brazil. He caught it and threw it down with one hand, all in one motion. Wow.
This is the Morning Rush
Save some green this spring at Rath Auto Resources. We've been hard at work getting ready for warmer weather, and we've put our best roster of road-ready certified pre-owned cars on the ground, priced to move and backed by a comprehensive warranty. With our non-commissioned sales team, painless pricing playbook, and the nation's best lenders, Rath's got the River Valley's deepest bench ready to take all the hassle out of getting your next ride. Don't settle for just any used car. Make the switch to Road Ready Certified and save some green this spring at Rath Auto Resources. Voted best pre-owned cars in the River Valley. 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith. RathAutoFortSmith.com.
Taco Bell's Let's Boxes are going to people's heads. Because once they experience the refined $5 bots, opulent $7 bots, and indulgent $9 bots with the new Crispy Chicken Crunch Wrap slider, they start expecting everything to be as Lutz.
Home, James.
You know you don't have a chauffeur, right? Don't let the Lutz go to your head. Try Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lutz boxes today.
At Arkansas Oklahoma Gas, we understand that cold weather months are about staying warm, keeping life running smoothly, and focusing on what truly matters. We also know that higher heating bills during this season can create stress, and we're here to help ease that burden. From a variety of payment options designed to fit your needs to assistance programs that provide extra support, our team is dedicated to helping you stay comfortable and worry-free all season long. Our customer care team is just a call away, or you can explore helpful resources online at aogc.com/winter. We're here for you this winter.
Whether it's torque, horsepower, or just extreme work, diesel trucks do their job. But when your diesel truck needs maintenance or repair, it's time to head to Extreme Diesel. Everything from standard maintenance to extreme repairs, including injector testing. Extreme Diesel delivers. They have the tools and service for your Cummins, Duramax, or Power Stroke. You trust your truck to deliver on your needs, and you can trust your truck at Extreme Diesel. 6630 Alma Highway between Van Buren and Alma. Check them out on Facebook or give them a call at 651-3363. They're bilingual.
Now offering CP4 solutions for both Chevy and Ford, as well as heavy-duty diesel repair and diagnostics.
Bounce on into Crabtree RV Center in Alma, Arkansas for the best deals on new and pre-owned RVs. Whether you're looking for a motorhome, travel trailer, fifth wheel, or toy hauler, we have them all here at Crabtree. So avoid the madness of crowded cities and hotels this summer by taking your family team on the open road with the perfect RV from Crabtree RV Center. Conveniently located at the junction of I-40 and I-49, family-owned and operated since 1950. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Looking for a career with a company built to last? At Forsgren, we've been shaping the future of the River Valley since 1936. Nearly 90 years of excellence, innovation, and family-driven leadership. From sidewalks that still stand today to major infrastructure projects across the region, our legacy is built on quality and community. Apply now at goforsgren.com. Join the Forsgren legacy, where your work becomes part of something lasting. Forsgren, building the foundation of the River Valley for 4 generations. Apply now at goforsgren.com.
Do you feel that, Arkansas? The Lotto jackpot is now more than $1 million. Why should you care? Because this $1 million+ prize can only be won in Arkansas. There are 2 Lotto drawings every week, and the jackpot keeps growing until there's a winner. Join the fun and play Lotto today. A $2 ticket could change your life. Get yours in stores today. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off. Or take 5.9% financing for up to 84 months. Lease the all-new 2026 GMC Canyon for as low as $399 a month with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
All right, so High Point beat Wisconsin. That'd be the easiest upset of the day. We thought Siena was going to beat Duke for a while. That ended up not panning out. So what's the biggest upset today? There's going to be one. I mean, VCU over North Carolina, that was nice, but that's not a earth-shattering upset. That's not a Cinderella story. Is there one today that really shakes everyone's bracket, that ruins the 10,000 or so perfect brackets that are still left with ESPN's bracket contest. Ty, call it today. What's the big upset in the 8 games today?
Oh, you're making me call it.
Yeah.
As I'm kind of looking through this, I would love for California Baptist to take down Kansas. Can I do the opposite of what I said in my Fitzman Friday picks and say that Miami, Ohio is going to keep going on and roll against Tennessee? I said they'd cover.
That's an 11-6. That's
okay.
So you're that's an upset, but that doesn't
based
really.
on your parameters, it's like a 4-13 because you said 5-12 is not good enough. So I have to give you a 4-13 today. So my options are Alabama and Hofstra. And who's the other 4-13? It is California Baptist and that. I'm going to say, if you ask me to pick one, I'm going to say Speedy Claxton, Hofstra. If you're saying, hey, you have to pick a 4-13 or higher upset, that would be the one I would select.
This doesn't meet my own parameter, and we talked about this earlier. But Santa Clara beating Kentucky today would feel like a 15 beating a 2. It would feel that way.
7.
I know.
I know.
What did I just say? I understand it. But what would you rather have? Queens beat
Kentucky losing.
Yeah, exactly. Would you rather have Queens beat who are they playing? Purdue or whoever. Purdue. Or Santa Clara beat Kentucky today. That would be like the sweetest thing that could happen today.
Look on top of the bracket in the West region. We need to be looking for another historical upset. The Long Beach Sharks knocking off Arizona. That's the one that I want today.
No, that would be so cool.
I don't think it's going to happen at all. But
Well,
Long Beach, that's what we want. We want that easy path. We want that easier path.
My internet is just killing me. Cole, can you play that clip of Cal talking about teams losing early? I don't remember what it was labeled, but I think that kind of blends into what you're saying.
And I've been telling these guys, you're going to look and you're worried about someone in front of you, and they get beat, and you're playing somebody else. That's why you don't even need to watch games. You don't need – just stay.
I don't think Cal is necessarily talking about just Wisconsin, but just in general. And maybe that team is Arizona. Maybe Arizona goes down to Utah State or Villanova if they don't lose to Long Beach, which would be
Long
really
Island.
nice.
Long Island.
Excuse me.
Long Island's a 31-point underdog today to Arizona.
Hey, take them to cover.
Hot dogs and basketball, baby.
You could bet $100 today to win $5,000 on Long Island.
Jeez.
That's the money line today.
Jeez Louise. That is man, that game is at 10:35 here. That's why. Okay, at 9:15. So that's a first game. How about Kentucky? How many times has Kentucky led off as the first game of the NCAA tournament?
That's a good spot to be in because the world is watching on in that first moment. So, getting out of the gate, not having to be nervous, no anxiety, just go play. But we are all Santa Clara fans at 11:15 this morning.
Yes, we are. And I would take that upset over any other game that I'm watching
100%.
today, tomorrow, or on Sunday. All right, that's
all right.
your
What upsets you got? I want to hear from some of the people out there. 877-377-6963. Text them in on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. What's your big upset call today? That's the Morning Rush Daily Question brought to you by CartPath Social.
All right, CartPass Social, number one place where you can watch the games this NCAA tournament. You can watch baseball. You can watch football. You can do it all at CartPass Social. You can play one over 1,000 different courses. They're doing the Masters Invitational right now, where you can play Augusta National for 4 straight weeks. You can host your event there. Just go to cartpasssocial.com/events. 122 Grant Place in Lowell. My buddies Nate Earhand, Christian Olson, 2 Rogers boys, 2 Arkansas grads, and 2 guys that love the Razorbacks. cartpasssocial.com. It's always BYOB at CartPass Social. All right, so first 46 minutes of the show has been positive. Do have some negative news. Chuck Norris has passed away at the age of 86 years old, guys. That just came out about 20 minutes ago.
Walker, Texas Ranger.
Yes,
That's the first thing I think of.
That is the show that I have watched with my dad countless times. I think most people associate him with that. He's also in Dodgeball. He's got that little cameo in Dodgeball, which I always thought was funny. But definitely Walker, Texas Ranger, that's where people first go to.
Well, I mean, he was just known as the ultimate badass. He was the I mean, if you were compared to Chuck Norris as a football player, as an athlete of any kind, that was like the highest praise you could get, as being compared to Chuck Norris. He's, people would say, well, he's the Chuck Norris of whatever it is. He's the Chuck Norris of radio sales. He's the Chuck Norris of of insurance sales. If you were the Chuck Norris of something, you were a bad dude now.
All the Chuck Norris jokes are the ones that I remember from school. Chuck Norris is able to slam a revolving door. Chuck Norris has a diary. It's called the Guinness Book of World Records. I mean, there's just Chuck Norris can dribble a bowling ball. I mean, there's tons of them. That's what I remember about old Chuck.
Yeah, he's great. Guy from Harrison remembers him from the Bowflex commercials.
Yeah.
That's what I remember him being a part of that. He was jacked. Even when he was older, that's what it was like. Just to keep yourself in that good a shape was pretty insane.
He doesn't do push-ups; he pushes the earth down. Says PE in Clarksville. That's probably right.
I forgot. I'm glad you brought that up, Colton. I had forgotten about that. Was a big thing for us in middle school and high school. Was the Chuck Norris jokes? Because like obviously a lot of our jokes were crude humor and stuff, but that was very lighthearted. You could say that around your parents. It was great. So. Again, at the age of 86 years old, Chuck Norris passed away. I just saw the headline. That's been cited by several different outlets. So,
was it your buddies or your teachers?
Buddies or teachers?
Yeah, who explained the jokes to you so that you got them?
The Chuck Norris ones?
Yeah.
Listen, I have a low IQ, but it's not that low. I mean, you can pick up on that.
Just wondering.
John says Chuck Norris's tears cure cancer. Too bad he never cried. That's a good one. Let's see.
Chuck Norris uses pepper spray to season his meat.
The Missing Action series. Did you guys ever watch that? I don't know. That's what Troy and Fort Smith texting in here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. I don't know if I've ever seen that. I think the only thing I can think of that like cinematography he's in is what I said, Walker, Texas Ranger, and Dodgeball. I'm trying to think of anything else I watched that he's in.
He was American icon, just a legend. When you think about toughness, when you think about grit, Chuck Norris. When that name comes up, those are the two adjectives that just come to mind for me. So I hate to see that he's gone. An icon across multiple generations.
If you've got any more thoughts, any more things you remember about Chuck Norris, we can share those throughout the morning. 877-377-6963. He apparently was in the Expendable series, Delta Force. Chuck Norris doesn't swim. Water just wants to be around him. Brian and Harrison. Chuck Norris was born in a cabin that he built with his own two hands. And another text about Delta Force. All right. Reading this. 42 Allen, upset of the day. Hogs 10. He feels like the upset of the day is Arkansas pounding South Carolina. It feels like they're going to run rule them today.
Be a great way to start that series. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a program that's just gone on hard times relative to what they used to be. Let's see. The Grim Reaper was the ultimate foe. Seen the Grim Reaper?
If I have, I don't remember it. If I had, it didn't leave a great impression. So.
Chuck Norris got bitten by a black mamba. After 3 days of pain and agony, the snake died. That's good. All right, you can keep these coming throughout the morning. Back to basketball and the setup for tomorrow. Happy to get High Point. This is a team, I think the one common opponent, Colton, you probably know this, I think is Winthrop.
Yes.
Which Arkansas only won that game by one. I want to say that they went 1-1 against High Point. I need to double check on that, but this is a team that's going to shoot a lot of threes. They jacked, I think, 30-plus yesterday. They knocked down 15 of them, kind of like Arkansas did in that SEC tournament. I think it's pretty simple. Like, you defend the three, I don't know how these guys beat you, to be honest. That's typically the great equalizer when you play a lesser mid-major team. So when they hit long balls, then it's a game. If they don't, it's over. It sounds so simple, but that's just kind of how I look at this game tomorrow night.
Yeah, and their coach was angry after the game of all the people that doubted him, and he was pissed. And, they showed him in the locker room, we came to win 6. I mean, if this team is taking on some of his edge, they're not going to be an easy out.
Colton, I think we have that. Why don't we play that clip of because there hasn't been a lot of mid-major teams that have gotten power conferences on their schedule, and here's what he said after their win yesterday.
It looks pretty obvious to me that high majors need to play mid-majors during the season because they said we ain't played nobody. We played somebody now.
But this guy's going to get hired by a Power 5 school next year, and he's not going to schedule a single mid-major because you don't do that, because it's a threat to your schedule and the integrity of your team. It's kind of an empty statement.
It is. I understand. Like, I would be frustrated, and it's Travis Watt, who's the head coach of Miami of Ohio.
I think Steele.
Steele, thank you. So Steele and this guy yesterday. I get it, because they're supposed to be judged on the caliber opponents they play, and if they can't get them on the schedule, I mean, you basically just have to win out. And Miami of Ohio didn't. High Point was like, look, we deserve to be here, and they showed that yesterday. And hopefully they don't show it tomorrow night when they play the Razorbacks. But I mean, Cal stressed. He stressed publicly. I guarantee he's stressed in the locker rooms. Like, this is not going to be a cakewalk. I don't care if the line's 11.5. I would be shocked if Arkansas covered that spread tomorrow.
Well, the good thing is there's no next game scheduled. There's nothing to look ahead to. You're going to get High Point's next best shot. You'd love to think that, hey, they're just satisfied being in the round of 32. They've had their big win. They've had their big moment. But I don't think they're going to exit easily. So at this point, you're the real deal if you're still playing in the round of 32 in most cases. Fast Break Fridays brought to you by QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. They helped me with my shoulder a couple of years ago. I was just having nagging pain. It wasn't writhing pain that, debilitated me, but it was just annoying. And they took my blood, spun it up, put the healing powers of my own body right there into that joint that hurt the most. And in a few months and a few office visits, it was gone. And, life goes on with golf and hiking and doing all the things you love to do without any worry, concern, or anxiety. 479-999-1234 is the number. 999-1234 for QC Kinetics.
Hour number 2 coming up live from Portland.
Do you feel that, Arkansas? The Lotto jackpot is now more than $1 million. Why should you care? Because this $1 million+ prize can only be won in Arkansas. There are 2 Lotto drawings every week, and the jackpot keeps growing until there's a winner. Join the fun and play Lotto today. A $2 ticket could change your life. Get yours in stores today. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Few things in life are more important than showing up. Whether you show up for your family, friends, or teammates, it doesn't hurt to bring a plate of their favorite beef dish. Together, we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council, courtesy of Beef. Itswhatsfordinner.com. Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
This is Bruce Stanton, Vice President and General Manager of Pradco Fishing in Fort Smith. If you're going to do some cold water bass fishing, you need to be using an Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. It's the best lure for duplicating a small school of shad and can be worked from the top of the water column to the bottom. Whether you're trying to win a bass tournament or whoop up on a bunch of white bass and stripers, the Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. will catch them. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Umbrella Flash Mob Jr.
This is the Morning Rush. Will your bracket be better than Matt Jones, Derek Ruskin, Tommy Kraft, and the rest of the ESPN Arkansas team? Sign up for the ESPN Arkansas and Mach 1 Motorsports Bracket Challenge Motorcycle Madness giveaway. Find the contest rules, pick your Cinderellas, and watch some epic games this postseason. For contest rules, go to hitthatline.com/bracket. Our bracket challenge is presented by Moix RV of Arkansas, Butler Furniture, Swift's Jewelry, and Twin Peaks and Rogers.
Save some green this spring at Rath Auto Resources. We've been hard at work getting ready for warmer weather, and we've put our best roster of road-ready certified pre-owned cars on the ground, priced to move and backed by a comprehensive warranty. With our non-commissioned sales team, painless pricing playbook, and the nation's best lenders, Rath's got the River Valley's deepest bench ready to take all the hassle out of getting your next ride. Don't settle for just any used car. Make the switch to Road Ready Certified and save some green this spring at Rath Auto Resources. Voted best pre-owned cars in the River Valley. 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith. RathAutoFortSmith.com.
Budweiser, the American lager. Time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt. delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Spring is here, and it's the perfect time to upgrade your home. If your garage door needs repair or you're ready for a new look, call Precision Garage Door. From broken springs and openers to brand new doors, they provide expert service and professional installation. Fully licensed and insured, with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers, and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call 844-PDS-DOOR or visit PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Precision Garage Door, voted the best in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
See Agent Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Sometimes I'm in a hurry. Stay in the slow lane, buddy. That's when I use the Sodies app to order my favorites and pick up in their drive-thru. They even offer a 10% discount on your first app order. Experience different at Sodies Wine and Spirits off I-540 on Phoenix Avenue.
Every day is worth celebrating at Uncorked. Cocktails, wine, craft beer, bourbons, and unbelievably great food. Uncorked on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodies.
Are you looking for a great deal on a previously owned vehicle but want to avoid high-pressure sales? If so, you need to visit Edwards Auto Sales in Roland. For over 30 years, Ernie Edwards and his staff have helped folks from Arkansas and Oklahoma River Valley buy a quality vehicle and offer a buy here, pay here program as part of their services. Some restrictions may apply. Come visit Edwards Auto Center newly remodeled facility, 3 miles west of the Garrison Bridge, the first car dealer on your right, or log on at edwardsautosalesinc.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we'll usher in spring with summer-like temperatures. We'll top out in the mid to upper 80s with a light west to southwest wind. We'll stay mostly clear tonight, lows falling into the upper 50s. Sunny skies as we go through the weekend with daytime highs around 90, overnight lows around 60. I'm Matthew Harding with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for wine, specialty beers, and liquor, located at 12100 Highway 71 South in Fort Smith. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, you're listening to ESPN 95.3, ERX Paris, Fort Smith. This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Michelob Ultra. You could drink beer, the superior light beer for the social athlete.
What I was most happy with, we end up with 26 assists. We pass the ball to each other. We create shots for each other. Makes us pretty good.
15 to shoot. Acup lobs it for Ewan inside, and Malik throws it down.
Did you see that dunk? I sat down. I don't even know. I think Malik threw him a bad pass, and he got it from behind his head. How did you get that down?
15 to shoot. Richmond jump stop at the foul line inside Brazil. He caught it, threw it down with one hand, all in one motion. Wow. Erickson baseline drive, cut off, kicks it out. Bullock in the paint, shot blocked by Brazil. Thomas out of there with it on a run out, a lob for Richmond, and another throwdown. Showtime for the Razorbacks, 54-36.
I'll be walking the streets of Portland tonight, enjoying this.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, produced by Colton Little, with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. This is The Morning Rush.
All right, we got a lot of stuff to get in the next hour. I don't know if we're going to be able to pack it all in, but we are live in Portland, Oregon this morning. Really appreciate Foster Roofing and Walk-Ons being a part of our coverage. Foster Roofing, leading the roofing company in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, for 30 years. Go to roofwithfoster.com. That's roofwithfoster.com for roof repair, replacement, and new construction. And buy Walk-On, 60-plus TVs in every location. Not only can you take advantage of the great Walk-Ons restaurants in the area, but how about Walk-On Sports Bistro's catering menu? It doesn't get any better. Order online or stop by your nearest Walk-Ons today to catch in all the action. it's been a fun first couple days here in Portland, and Tommy will get to stay through the weekend,
Yeah,
man.
Cal said he was going to be walking the streets. Did you see him walking the streets last night?
Did not see him, unfortunately.
Did not. Were you walking the streets?
He was. Yeah, I was walking. I went to bed at 9:30 local time last night. I thought I was going to stay out a little later, but man, I'm just getting old. I was. It's about 8:30. My eyes were starting to droop a little bit. It's like I need to get home, do some work, knock out, and yeah, that 4:15 alarm still hits the same in Portland as it does here in Arkansas. You guys laugh and scoff. I mean, I woke up at 4:15 every.
I think the recruits down there weren't nearly as high caliber as you were hoping, and so you called it early tonight.
This is how bad my day's been. I woke up a little bit before 2, couldn't go back to sleep. Finally, at 3:15, I just said to heck with it, got up, showered, and I was in the office like before 4:30. And now I'm paying for it because now I'm like, the clock won't move fast enough to get me out of here. So, I mean, I had one of them mornings where, heck with it, I'll just go on and get into work and get some things done, which was great. But, now I'm feeling the effects of making that decision.
Do you have an afternoon tea time too?
No, I've canceled it. I've got an afternoon nap coming up is what I've got. So it is a Fast Break Friday. I'd love it to be a Fairway Friday, but I don't think I've got the energy today. It's brought to you by QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. 479-999-1234. 999-1234 for QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. If you cut your hand or you scrape your knee, it heals on its own, right? You don't have to have surgery or drugs or downtime to fix those things. Your body has the power in many cases to heal itself. And that's exactly what we're talking about with regenerative medicine. Take those nagging pains, those arthritis pains that are in your joints, and put them to bed forever with QC Kinetics with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. 999-1234 for QC Kinetics. I know there's old guys like me out there listening, shaking their head that they have woke up at 2 a.m, can't go back and just go to work,
I've done it.
You've done. I mean, but boy, I'm gonna tell you about noon. You're thinking, boy, that was a bad idea this morning. That's kind of where I'm going to be. So,
where's your coffee? You got an energy drink.
I did go down to the C store down the road and got me a big Coke Zero before I came back in here at about 8 o'clock. So
you would love this tournament here in Portland because the Coke Zero is plentiful. Now, here's what I don't get. So they make you put it in cups. Isn't Powerade a Coke product?
Yes.
Okay, so why? Like I know sometimes NCAA events they sell Pepsi and stuff. Why are they making us put the Coke Zero in a Powerade cup?
Because when you're sitting there behind Brad Nessler and you have your cup there on the table or the camera pans your direction, they want that cup to be seen.
Okay, all right.
It's branding.
It's the same. I was thinking it's all under the same umbrella, so it wouldn't matter. But that would make sense.
They have paid a lot of money, a lot of money to get that logo in there. So they want to control that.
I listened to the highlights of the game this morning. I watched some of the High Point game. We got a pretty good crew here in Portland with Nessler, Serbiak, and Greenberg. Sometimes feel like some of the
now
NCAAs,
this Greenberg guy. Yesterday when he's doing these sideline interviews, he is standing uncomfortably too close.
So close.
Oh, is
too close to these coaches and players. And I bet he's got coffee breath that would just would melt chrome. I mean, he's just standing there and he's looking up and I mean he's like invading their personal space.
Okay.
It's incredibly uncomfortable just watching it. Anyone else notice this? Did you notice this, Colton? I mean,
I did see him getting a little too close for my personal.
When he got to the High
idea.
Point coach following that way, I thought they were going to touch noses. I'm like, this guy. What is going on here?
I'm not gonna lie. I was talking to an employee here at the Hampton. His name's Matai and Ty, so it's pretty easy for us to remember. And I told him, it's like, hey man, you want to stand over there? I haven't showered, put deodorant on, or brushed my teeth yet this morning. I just hadn't. I was like, I'm not gonna talk to anyone. All I'm gonna be is on this mic. And he was like, "You're good, man." But yeah, I have as foul a stench as I've probably ever had wearing this jacket and everything else.
Well, thank you for letting us in on that.
Just wanted. Well,
I'm gonna back up for the microphone just a little bit
from the video stream.
Hang on, I'm gonna turn my headphones down. That's what I'm going to do.
Through?
Yeah, it's coming through here. How's your bracket? We got our bracket challenge is up. Mach 1 Motorsports Bracket Challenge Motorcycle Madness Giveaway. There's been some trash-talking texts going around within the company this morning. I'm not sure what about after 8 games, but hopefully your bracket's doing well. Now, If it's busted after this weekend, we'll be telling you Monday about our Sweet 16 bracket. We'll have another chance for you to enter and kind of regroup. It's all brought to you by Mach 1 Motorsports and presented by Moix RV of Arkansas, Swift Jewelry in Fayetteville, Twin Peaks in Rogers, and Butler Furniture in Mountain Home. How's your bracket doing, Ty?
I am tied for third with Phil Elson and Zach Arns. Colton's in second. You're in first. Let's see. The leaders.
Hang on, you broke up there. What was that last part? I couldn't hear you.
We're here in Portland, getting ready for Arkansas.
No, that didn't sound like what. That didn't sound like what you said. But
listen, congratulations being first after the first day.
It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it's. Listen,
it's like scoring first in a football game. It doesn't mean you're going to win. You just you're not going to get shut out.
As someone that's a veteran and not drawing attention to myself, I'm trying to help you.
Yeah, says the guy that.
In the league, I was going to ask you what Cali's affiliation of Ty Richardson, ESPN Arkansas.
That was well planned out by you.
Team player. Everyone's blasting me for that, and it's not about me. It's about the players. It's about Cal. It's about the guys that need and desperately need our attention as Arkansas fans, and that's why I sideswiped. That's why I went away. But the guy up there was quick to. He was quick.
Well, that's not once. That's twice. You've been called to the carpet.
Hold on. Let's have
not once.
Let's have this conversation.
Twice.
I've said my name twice in the same press conference. I'm up for the third time. I think a question later. There's no need to say my name for a third time. That is.
You should have said. Yo, bro,
yesterday.
they know who I am.
Yeah,
that's what you should have said. Ty Richardson, Denny Crane. That's what you should have
said. Today, like when I get up to the presser, scream my name. Just like as soon as I get like Ty Richardson, ESPN Arkansas.
You probably don't remember the show Boston Legal with William Shatner. He was the main character, but that's what you just Denny Crane. That's what you should just say. Denny Crane.
I've seen clips of that. Like when is he the guy that shoots the homeless guy with a paintball gun?
I think so. That doesn't sound off character for
And then his co-counsel defends the guy. Or I've watched clips. I've never seen a full show. But that being said,
that's a great series. It'd be a good one for you to binge watch this summer. But yeah, just stand up and say Denny Crane. And just move on, with your question.
I mean,
in the league, I was going to ask you what Cali's affiliation of Ty Richardson, ESPN Arkansas.
But do you see it like a professional? Do you see how professional I move quick to say my name?
Professional's not what Chuck and Bo were calling it this morning, but you go with that word.
I'm trying to again push the status and the.
Chuck was actually trying to give you credit for doing it on purpose. He said, maybe I'm giving Ty too much credit here.
I didn't do it on purpose. I was so like primed up. I was like, I got this good question. Malik just had 6 assists. He's the second best passer on the team. It's Darius and Malik. And so I had this question primed up. I was ready to go, and I jumped the gun.
Yeah.
And I brought shame, and I tarnished ESPN Arkansas, even though I properly was trying to take away the attention from myself and put it up on the players and coach that deserves it. And again, I get chastised and ripped for it. So that's what I get for trying to draw attention away from myself here. It's just never win.
When you turn the ball over, you get to, what was it that Bobby Knight said? Butt meets bench. Bench sends signal through butt to brain. Don't screw up again. I mean, that's how it works.
I got 2 chances. Actually, that's not true. I've got 3 chances. You've got the players today. Then you got Cal, and then you got Saturday. So I have 3 chances to redeem myself here the next few days in Portland or Oregon. But, yes, Tommy is leading the bracket right now in terms of the leader. Right now we've got a couple guys, Daniel, T. Pepper, Bentica, Boyd, B. Boyd are all, I don't know their actual names, but they are at the top of our leaderboard, Tommy, for our bracket contest, our ESPN Arkansas Mach 1 Motorsports Bracket Challenge presented by Moix RV, Butler Furniture, Swiss Jewelry, and Twin Peaks and Rogers. And again, the important thing, and it got lost in dogging on me for a sec, it's not like just because you missed out on the deadline, you can still enter the 16, you can still enter the 4. Like there's a lot left of the NCAA tournament contest, and we've got a lot of let me pull these prizes up. Tommy, have you seen the prizes that we've got?
I saw the pendant. There was a picture going around the office of the 14-karat gold pendant that's a Razorback from Swiss Jewelry, and it is
it's worth nearly $1,000.
Golly, I wish I could figure out how to win that for. I mean,
slapped it.
I think I looked great around my wife's neck there.
Okay, all right. So the grand prize, Brad at Butler Furniture is giving away a $300 gift card, and we're slapping the Swift's Jewelry one on there. That's nearly a $1,000 pendant. So combined, it's over $1,200 you can win. That's our grand prize. Chris Dooley, Visa gift card. Grit Garage Doors giving a $250 gift card. Hirsch Feed and Farms giving away a $150 gift card. A lot of $150 gift cards, guys, like Twin Peaks, West York Yamaha, Phil Wright Autoplex. So, again, hitthatline.com. Just because you missed the deadline yesterday at 11 a.m. doesn't mean you can't still enter for our bracket contest.
We get that Hirsch Feed and Farm gift card. I'll just get you a salt lick for here in the studio, Just bring one of them in.
What's that?
Oh, my God. Never mind. So
Colton knows what it is. Colton, what are you laughing? I don't know what that is.
A salt lick. It's typically for animals.
Is
that what they lick?
Yeah.
Is that
it's called a salt lick?
That's why it's called a salt lick. Yeah.
Is that? But it's just like that big brick in the middle of like a. Okay.
You nailed it. Good job, buddy.
This is why. You see, my uncle called me the other day. He's like, you need to come to the farm more often because then I can pick up on stuff like this. When I be around him more and various things.
Then you don't have to. You don't have to be fake guy. You don't have to wear them cowboy boots and that hat and be fake cowboy guy.
Listen, I am half country, half city.
No, you're not. Half country guy knows what a salt lick is.
Half of my family is from the country. Half of my family is from the city.
But you're nowhere near from the country.
But I have lineage that's from the country.
But you aren't. I have lineage that came over on the Mayflower, but I didn't.
I think I'm traced back to Benjamin Franklin. That's what my grandma told me. So got some lineage there, too. All right, let's take some phone calls. 877-377-6963. Denny Crane. If I said that today, what do you think the
please do it. Please.
I don't
go right into your question, then when they stop you, Denny Crane.
No.
Please. Come on, man.
I don't. First off, the players wouldn't know who that was. Maybe you'd get a laugh out of Cal.
We'll all laugh.
Yeah.
We'll all think it's funny.
I don't want to have my credentials.
It's with you, not at you. You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've heard for the last 8 years. What's up, Brent?
What's up, Ty? Ty, you were doing great work for ESPN Arkansas.
Thank you.
Portland, Oregon.
Brent, you know who Denny Crane is, don't you? If he said Denny Crane, that would register with you, wouldn't it?
Boston Legal.
Absolutely. That's what name and affiliate, Denny Crane.
I've got to start binge watching it. I've got to rewatch it because it was one of the greatest shows ever created.
Yep. Well, we going to win this game Saturday night?
Oh, heck yeah, we're going to win this game. Come on now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The real question is, what time do you slot the nap in on Saturday so you can be awake for the second half, the moment of glory when you get to the Sweet 16? Because a 9 o'clock start is a little late for us older guys, Brent.
You know, I'm going to start it off. I'm going to start it off watching Razorback baseball. I think that's 5 o'clock.
I was told 3 o'clock. Yeah.
3 o'clock Saturday. I figure I'll get up about noon, or take my nap about noon, have lunch about 11, take a good 3-hour nap, and I'll be ready to rock and roll.
About 4 heaters in the afternoon, you'll be ready for game time.
Oh yeah. Hey, I have got a question because I had all kinds of trouble. I went on your hit that line trying to get Chuck and Z. I went on the Buzz app.
Nope.
They said I should have just gone to the regular radio station, huh?
Yep. The NCAA does not. They have an exclusive deal with Westwood One. They have the exclusive streaming rights, so we are not authorized. Ty wants me to do it anyway and just get sued. I could hire Denny Crane, I guess, to get me out of it, but
we got Jackie Mock. We're fine.
NCAA tournament postseason games cannot be streamed by the affiliate stations.
Well, that's
in
just
basketball.
Another one of
yeah.
That's just another one of their bad rules the NCAA made.
You're right.
Brent, I've been telling people that Tommy cares more about losing money than Razorback fans when it comes to streaming the game. Of course, that's a joke, but what would the fine be, Tommy?
I don't want to find out.
I'll tell you what. Why don't we test it one year? They'll probably send us a strongly harsh worded letter, and then we're fine. It's just we test it.
The fine might be you don't get to air any of the games the following season.
Oh yeah, we don't want to do that.
Back to my Kai.
Yeah.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here, buddy.
Hello. Yesterday, we played, if I'm not mistaken, we played 6 players, right? DJ Wagner was the only person other than the starters that played, right?
Isaiah got in the tail end, so he played 7.
He only got 1 minute, so.
Yeah.
So, I tell you what, if Malik Ewan plays the rest of the tournament like he played yesterday, he's a beast when he gets it rolling.
Yeah, it's going to be a more uphill battle though moving forward. I mean, I don't want to say it was easy, but it wasn't real hard. Yeah, it was a step down in class from what you've been doing in the SEC.
You're up 11-0. Malik, he was 6 of 8. I'm guessing 4 of those 6 were dunks, alley oops. High Point's not that tall. I think you can have similar type of alley oops and fast break and stuff. I think they're going to be able to score a little more on you. Hopefully you don't give up a bunch of threes. But you're right, Tommy. And you need Pringle. Like, for all the grief Nick Pringle has gotten this season, you're not beating Arizona without Nick Pringle. Like, you're just not going to. It's not going to happen. You can't win that game with one center in your rotation, as big as they are. Assuming that they're there in the Sweet 16, which, like Cal was talking about yesterday, it doesn't just because I think
he'd have played if they had to have had him yesterday.
Yeah. That's what Cal said just as much. He was like, Nick wanted to play.
Didn't need him. You know, you were comfortably up throughout the game. You didn't have to have him.
That's what Z said yesterday on the radio broadcast. It was similar to when we sat Acuff out for Missouri. You didn't need him to do anything for Missouri. You were fine and set, and they felt like they didn't need Pringle yesterday against Hawaii.
Let's hear. So you mentioned what Cal said. Here's what he said, not just about Nick Pringle, but also Malik Thomas.
He might be. And the stuff with Malik, you could imagine what I was thinking. Like, we're down to 2 and the rent is due. And he was like, no, I'm good. So it's like Darius, right? They say they're good. I'm like, all right, let's go. Nick wanted to play today. And I said, nope, you are not playing. You get these guys to win so you could maybe play this weekend. But if he's not right, then I won't do that. Because, it's nothing serious, but it's enough to say don't put yourself in that position.
You know what's been really good, and it hadn't been talked about enough these last 4 games when you think about not having Carter and Pringle they haven't been in foul trouble these last 4 games. 3 SEC tournament games, game yesterday, and that was the whole question heading into postseason, or at least one of them. It's like, okay, you're down to basically a 6-man rotation, 7-man rotation. Without Nick, it's 6. How does this team act and play with its tight as it is? Well, Tommy, and I listen, Oklahoma and Ole Miss, not the same caliber of competition you're going to play here these next few weeks, but
and the season wasn't on the line in those games like it was yesterday and like it will be Saturday night.
In the championship game yesterday, I think you only had 13 fouls in the game yesterday. What did they end up with? They had fouls. So
Arkansas had 10 fouls. So
yeah, 10 fouls. So I mean, that's
but here's the thing: when you put yourself out to an 11-0 lead to start, and there were several possessions you go where Hawaii got free in the half court. You could have went in, put a body on them, could have defended the shot. You didn't have to. 2 points. You let it go because that 2-point basket wasn't worth the foul with your substitution situation. So you can play it different when you get out to the lead that they had to start the game with.
Yeah, you brought up this question. Jason Benable, hold on, we'll get to it in 1 sec. You brought up this question a couple weeks ago. It's like, hey, when you have this small rotation, is it okay in the first 10 minutes of a game to get a bucket?
Yeah.
Well, yes, because when you're up by 10, 15, and we saw it play out. All right, let's go to Bentonville. Welcome in Jason this morning here on the Lewis Automotive Group Hotline. Fast Break Friday brought to you by QC Kinetics. Jason, what's up, man?
Jason.
All right. Jason. All right, call back, Jason. 877-377-6963. We got our SEC update coming up. More reaction to some of those games from yesterday and some games outside of the SEC. Plus, Colton got some insight and some updates on what this matchup is going to look like tomorrow night against High Point. Baseball game, nap, basketball game.
Yep.
That's the schedule tomorrow.
Got to get all worked out, get your energy up. Hey, one thing that's helped me get my energy up is my friends at Vici Aesthetics and Wellness. Whether you're dragging a little bit and not sure why, you've reached that age that maybe testosterone's slipping a little bit, talk to my friends at Vici Aesthetics and Wellness. They do all kinds of testosterone replacement therapies, whether it's getting a shot on a weekly basis to get your numbers to where they need to be, the pellets that they put just under the skin that you don't have to take weekly shots and do those. They got different ones. The pellets are really good because once they're in place, you don't have to worry about it again for several more months. And they continuously monitor you with blood work to make sure that the right dosage and the right treatment is what they're achieving for you. Weight loss. All kinds of weight loss programs in the shot to help you get those unwanted pounds off. Also, the new peptide therapies, Samorelin, glutathione. I'm on NAD+. There's BHRT, and each of them have a different outcome they're trying to achieve, whether it's energy, whether it's balance, whether it's getting your metabolism fired up and going. They all serve a different purpose. And that's the perfect thing about Vici. They'll sit down with you. You can talk to them there in their clinic in Springdale. You can do telemedicine if you're in Arkansas, Missouri, or Oklahoma, and they'll customize the right plan for you to help you achieve what you're trying to get out of this. All right? So if it's feeling better, more energy, better skin, the right peptide, they'll get that matched up with you. If it's losing 25, 30 or more pounds, they'll help you with that. If it's getting your testosterone numbers back up, they can help you with that as well. 479-343-8424 is their number. Mention you heard it here on the Morning Rush. Get 10% off your program. And again, telemedicine visits available in Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Missouri. 479-343-8424 or go to ViciAestheticsandWellness.com.
All right, when we return here on the Morning Rush, we'll get into that SEC update, plus Lang Whitman. We're going to talk some horses coming up at the end of this hour as well. We're live in Portland, thanks to Foster Roofing and Walk On Sports Bistro. More to get to after this.
It's tournament time, and the Hogs are ready to party in Portland. ESPN Arkansas and HitThatLine.com are bringing you all the madness this March. Our exclusive coverage is brought to you by Foster Roofing. Whether your roof needs repaired or totally replaced, Foster Roofing will make sure you have it all covered. Our coverage is also provided by Walk-Ons. If you're looking for the ultimate watch party, Walk-Ons has you covered with wall-to-wall TVs, scratch-made Louisiana favorites, and a full lineup of crap beers and cocktails. Walk-On Sports Bistro for the win.
Oof, if you have anything better than that, I got to see that.
This is the Morning Rush.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
Bounce on into Crabtree RV Center in Alma, Arkansas for the best deals on new and pre-owned RVs. Whether you're looking for a motorhome, travel trailer, fifth wheel, or toy hauler, we have them all here at Crabtree. So avoid the madness of crowded cities and hotels this summer by taking your family team on the open road with the perfect RV from Crabtree RV Center. Conveniently located at the junction of I-40 and I-49, family owned and operated since 1950.
Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One is a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshield, and slick road quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call your local shelter agent, Ryan Hughes in Fort Smith. Want pavement protection that goes the distance? Seal-Tite of Oklahoma now offers Rhino-Tite Premium Asphalt Emulsified Sealant, the next level in driveway and parking lot care. Healthier for the environment, Rhino-Tite delivers superior defense against weather, UV rays, and wear and tear. With its high solids content, you'll get a smoother, stronger, longer-lasting driving surface. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or a contractor buying in bulk, Seal-Tite has the products and support you need. Visit SealTiteOklahoma.com today and protect your pavement with Rhino-Tite.
Walk-Ons is always a win, especially during tournament time. Whether it's a watch party with friends, a post-game celebration, or an easy night out, Walk-Ons has you covered. Enjoy scratch-made dishes, over 60 TVs at each location, and a full lineup of craft beers and cocktails. From po' boys and gumbo to voodoo shrimp, burgers, and fresh salads, there's something for everyone. Catch every game at Walk-Ons, your basketball headquarters this tournament season. Visit locations in Rogers, Fayetteville, Fort Smith, Conway, or Little Rock. Order online or in the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro, for the win.
Around here, we don't just know your name. We know your dad's favorite truck and your kid's baseball team. That's how it is when you've been in the same town for 90 years. At Hug Chevrolet GMC, we believe in handshakes, hometown service, and treating you like family. Because you're not just a customer, you're a neighbor. Hug Chevrolet GMC. The people, the place, the pride.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight.
We're about the tough there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hogs have finally held the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
15 to shoot. Acup lobs it for Ewan inside, and Malik throws it down.
Arkansas was one of the SEC teams to win yesterday. And, Tommy, one of the questions we asked is what conference is going to, not have a good showing? Well, it's not the SEC, at least through the first day. The only team that really didn't show up was the Georgia Bulldogs, as they got clobbered last night by St. Louis and Robbie Avila.
Well, that game never was a contest. I mean, St. Louis jumped on them early, and there was, go find you something else to watch because that was never entertaining at all. Mike White's crew just did not play well from the get-go in that ball game, and that was the lone blemish for the SEC. We'll see how they fare through the weekend and through today's action, but so far the SEC's flown the banner pretty good.
So think about it. Razorbacks win by 19. Vanderbilt wins by 10. Texas with a big upset over BYU. A&M wins by 13. So, again, good showing today. We'll see about Alabama. We'll see about some of these other programs like Tennessee and whatnot that are playing later on today. But thus far, again, good start for the Southeastern Conference.
I would say, and it's too early to declare, well, this conference is having a bad tournament. We've only played one day, but, the Big Ten, losing Wisconsin, that did not set the tone right for the Big Ten either. Now, they had Michigan State win, they had Michigan win, but those are games they should have won. But that did not set a good tone for the Big Ten.
No, it did not. Hoping.
And Ohio State, I should mention Ohio State losing right out of the gate. So you lose Wisconsin and Ohio State in the first 4 hours of the tournament. That wasn't the start the Big Ten needed.
Nope, from the jump. We'll see. Again, several SEC games on today. You asked for an upset earlier, and I said potentially Miami. I think Tennessee's going to win, but you asked me to pick one, so that's what I picked. But we would love, more than anything, first game off.
Yep.
We are all Santa Clara fans today across the United States. We could not be bigger Santa Clara fans than – that's Colton, that's Jalen Williams' old team, right? Like, not our Jalen Williams, the OKC Jalen Williams.
Broncos.
Okay. Yep. So let's hope they take down the Big Blue Nation, Tommy.
Yep. We are not rooting for the conference in that one at all, and nothing would please us more than to see Santa Clara. Did you say they were the Broncos? The Broncos Go Broncos today. Absolutely. So
take it.
All right, that's your SEC updates brought to you by J. Poly Toyota in Fort Smith. Sales tax paid on all new Tacomas and Tundra models that are in stock right now. 0% financing for 72 months, plus up to $7,000 in rebates on select models. J. Poly Toyota, where no payments are, you can get no payments available until May with 0 down with approved credit, and all credit applications will be accepted. Plus, certified Toyotas are back with a 100,000-mile powertrain warranty right now at J. Poly Toyota. Exit 11 at aisle 5540 in Fort Smith, or visit jpolytoyota.com.
Colton, give us a sense of what Arkansas is walking in today. You wrote down some notes about High Point, some about the basketball team, and some about the lifestyle that they experience in North Carolina.
Well, as we saw yesterday with High Point taking on Wisconsin and Chase Johnston, who had taken almost no two-point shots all year, pulling up from the logo. They're going to be a really good shooting team, but some interesting things about High Point University here. It's kind of like an executive-ready school, like trying to get you ready for the business world, having you kind of do mock executive meetings. They have a cabin there that's designed like an airplane, so people can know how to talk to executives on an airplane. They have all types of different stuff, and it's as you saw also, High Point donors, they've paid for a full charter plane to fly people out. So it's a more affluent or astute university, kind of more of
big
a country,
furniture, big furniture money.
Kind of more of a country club crowd. So I'm surprised you two don't have any honorary degrees from there. But it's it should be interesting, which typically those teams don't play very tough. So I think that tomorrow's key is to be extremely physical with these guys, and we should handle them pretty easily.
Furniture capital of the world.
That's right.
So, yeah, they probably make something we're sitting on in the studio right now.
Why
or a sofa in your house or something?
Has that always been that way in North Carolina?
North Carolina has always been the kind of the furniture capital. Yeah. They make great furniture. If you want the like high quality, handmade, great furniture, North Carolina is where you go.
The school's motto emphasizes life skills because job interviews and client deals often happen over meals. Administrators want students to rehearse social etiquette. So they built a steakhouse, a Mediterranean restaurant, and a teppanyaki grill where students can eat weekly as part of their meal plan. Reservations are required and phones are banished. Also on campus is an airplane cabin interior because sitting next to an executive on a plane could offer a golden opportunity, one that young people should rehearse for. The campus concierge offers student airport shuttle services for free if they wear a High Point University shirt. Otherwise, it costs $95, a lesson in brand awareness.
Man.
Yeah.
It ain't about the grades you make; it's about the hands you shake. In this case, this is and I think it was like Tommy brought this up earlier. Their coach a little frustrated, and rightfully so, honestly, about they haven't been able to get scheduling this season.
High Point and Miami, Ohio, are 2-0 in Quad 1 games. We couldn't get games. They couldn't get games. Akron couldn't get games. UNCW couldn't get games. Belmont couldn't get games. We won 22 of our last 23 games, and we didn't move up one spot in the metrics. Not one. We won 22 of our 23. We've won 25 games by double digits. That team right there is a fantastic team that beat 5 top 10 teams.
So reaction there, I understand it, and it's kind of been validated for him and Steele and their wins yesterday. It's just an odd deal for power conferences right now because they realize a lot of these mid-major schools that could end up winning their conference are good, and that'd be a blemish on the resume, and it's a tough loss to have on there. But for equity in college basketball, it's also hard to make the tournament when you're being asked to play tougher teams, and they won't put you on their schedule.
Well,
so I get it from his standpoint.
But the Big Ten's got, 18? ACC's got 18 in basketball. SEC has 16. Big 12 is 18, right? I mean, you start looking around – the schedule you're going to face is one of the big boys, like he's talking about, the power schools. Well, your schedule's already loaded, like you're talking about, and you don't really want to validate some of these programs. And when the transfer portal is the coach's best friend and worst enemy all at the same time, so I see both sides of it. And we're also living in a world where everybody's trying to count their nickels right now. And how much of it do I want to put into paying a school like High Point or paying, we paid Winthrop to come in here. These schools don't come play you for free. They're getting a check out of that. That's the other thing he wants is to schedule these games, get his chance, but also get some money to fund his program.
Money. I hear you. Doug in Mountain Home has Akron, Hofstra, Missouri, and Miami of Ohio today for his upsets.
Ooh.
He's betting them on the money lines, and he took them with the points. So he's got 4 upsets.
If you feel that you ought to do a parlay as well, Doug.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd probably get really good odds on a parlay of that nature. Get that ticket going, baby.
Slap it on there.
Yeah.
This text from Rogers, Tommy, talking about your furniture comment. Due to the access of high-quality, low-cost hickory, walnut and oak trees is the reason that. I was wondering why that was the case with the that. He did the parlay. Doug, tell us what odds you get. I want to hear what those odds would be.
Bet Saracen can get your ticket going if that's what you need. I'd love to hear all those upsets, what that would do. Hey, while we're waiting to find out about that, if you have a dental emergency this weekend, don't miss games and don't live in pain. Get to Valley Urgent Dental because they are there when you need them the most on the weekends. When your doctor is away, your dentist is not taking phone calls. If you got a broken tooth, a painful infection, sports injury, they have you covered. Dr. Kendall Roberts and Dr. Doug Terry are there when you need them the most. Call 479-235-5655. That's 235-5655, Valley Urgent Dental, available on the weekends when your regular dentist is closed. Valley Urgent Dental, 5505 Uper Lane behind Golden Corral in Fort Smith. Don't wait. Your smile deserves immediate care with Valley Urgent Dental.
All right, so we've talked majority basketball this morning. We touched on Arkansas baseball a little bit. Notable high school football news in the state. Former Razorback Anthony Lucas, who took over for Kevin Kelly at Pulaski Academy, is now heading up to Northwest Arkansas to coach the Fayetteville Bulldogs. That announcement was made, yesterday, guys?
Yes.
And my initial thought was to say, good hire for Fayetteville. Next thought was, how quickly is Kevin Kelly driving from Sheridan to Little Rock to take back over where he was?
That wouldn't surprise me at all. So from one Razorback great to another as far as head coaching succession there at Fayetteville High School. Casey Dick has left, if you didn't know. Rockwall, Texas is where he went to kind of closer back to home, his home roots, and to take a job in Texas coaching football. And I think Steve Jansky made a tremendous hire. The school board approved that. And, Razorback legend and Anthony Lucas, who's had good success at Pulaski Academy. That's a great hire. And I think he'll take what Casey's built on there and take it to another level. And I think you're also right. That was one of my first thoughts is, does Kevin Kelly leave Sheridan and go back to Pulaski Academy where that was such a perfect fit for him and the school for so long?
Now, I don't pretend to follow high school football in our state as close as some. But to me, Fayetteville High School is the best job in the state. And the reason I say that is because you're not split and you're in the largest classification. Yeah, Bentonville West, Bentonville, Springdale Harbor, and Rogers, Heritage. You're the biggest and you're there. I don't know why they're not in the championship every year.
You sound like the president of their booster club.
I'm just telling you.
I'm just telling you.
What I think.
It might be that kind of pressure is also why they've had a few different coaches over the last 15 years or that. You're correct in everything you're saying. But that also adds an extra pile of pressure on that job as well. So, but you're not wrong about your analysis of is that if it's not the best job, it's amongst the top 2 or 3.
Help me on this, Tommy. I don't know. We got to go to break so we can bring Lang in next segment. When Lunny Sr. had that thing rolling at Bentonville, was Bentonville West a thing?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so because it was.
But you're also talking about a Hall of Fame coach and maybe. Best 1, 2, or 3 to ever coach high school football in our state was Barry Lunny.
Yeah,
I mean he was him, Rick Jones, and Wilson Matthews, probably the best 3 to ever do it.
Because Patton was at FHS at the time, right? Yeah. Daryl Patton, and that was the setup for 2 or 3 straight years. Yeah. Was just been in Fayetteville in the championship every year.
Yeah,
I feel that was right around.
Well,
when I was
listen, Bentonville's been in 4 straight 7A championship games. And guess who else has been in there? Bryant. So, I mean, you can talk about a lot of great coaches, but things have changed as the population has shifted in our state, and you're right about the school splitting. Fayetteville has made the decision as a community to keep theirs all together. You could argue for and against that, but your analysis of how good that job is accurate. And I think Anthony Lucas probably saw those attributes as well. All right, we'll go to the horse track and figure out what's going on at Oaklawn for the weekend. We got a lot going on. We may even ask Lang about a basketball pick or two. So all that coming up here in just a few minutes, brought to you by Brothers Roofing. Gaston's White River Resort, 870-431-5202. Was just talking with someone yesterday about Gaston's. They were thinking about a summer getaway. And I said, hey, now's the time to call, because if you got a certain weekend and you got 8 or 10 going in your group, which this person did, you need to call to get the right cabin, the right lodge, so you can all be under one roof if that's what you want, because they can accommodate larger groups of over 20. They can do multiple cabins. If you got 2 different families going, you want to do that, or you're taking, I know a lot of families will go and they'll take their kids and their grandkids, and they'll get into a couple different cabins there together side by side, and they can kind of go back and forth. So Let the reservation desk know when you call 870-431-5202 what sounds like and what will be the perfect setup for you. They'll arrange the fishing guides. They'll let you know about the pool that will be open this summer, workout areas, nature trails, restaurant. They'll go through the whole thing for you. All right, 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
It's Fastbreak Friday on the Morning Rush, brought to you by QC Kinetics. Get real lasting relief from chronic joint pain.
Ahead to Billy Richmond for a one-hand slam. 15 to shoot. Acuff lobs it for Ewan inside, and Malik throws it down.
This is the Morning Rush.
Save some green this spring at Rath Auto Resources. We've been hard at work getting ready for warmer weather, and we've put our best roster of road-ready certified pre-owned cars on the ground. Priced to move and backed by a comprehensive warranty. With our non-commissioned sales team, painless pricing playbook, and the nation's best lenders, Rath's got the River Valley's deepest bench ready to take all the hassle out of getting your next ride. Don't settle for just any used car. Make the switch to Road Ready Certified and save some green this spring at Rath Auto Resources. Voted best pre-owned cars in the River Valley. 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith. RathAutoFortSmith.com.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Brothers Roofing and Restoration, a licensed and insured local roofing contractor in Arkansas. Since his playing days for the Hogs, Brother Alexander has been on rooftops, many years as an adjuster, and in the past decade as a roofing contractor. He knows how to help you through the insurance process while replacing your roof using only the industry's best materials. And being a lifelong Arkansan, he'll be here to stand behind his workmanship and warranty. Call 479-353-3877 to arrange a time for Brother and his team to inspect your roof.
Winter's here, and as the temperature drops, energy use can go up. That means so can your bills. At Arkansas Oklahoma Gas, we know managing energy costs isn't always simple, and we're here to help. We offer practical energy-saving tips, convenient payment options, and connections to assistance programs to help you through the season. Whether you're planning ahead or looking for extra support, our team is ready to help you explore your options. Learn more at aogc.com/winter.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 4th Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Hi, this is Mitchell. Before DK Fit Meals, I was spending too long in the kitchen cooking. Now I'm married, have a young daughter. I just don't have time anymore. Thanks to DK Fit Meals, I just heat it up and boom! I've got a chef-crafted meal that fits my goals. High protein, perfectly portioned. I know I'm getting clean, fresh food that always tastes amazing. Stop prepping, start achieving. Find your flavor at dkfitmeals.com. That's dkfitmeals.com. So easy, even Ty can do it. Fuel your life with DK Fit Meals.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Enclaves at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. That's $4,000 off and 4.9% financing for up to 84 months on this luxurious third-row SUV. Or drive the brand-new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover, for as low as $399 per month. These are limited-time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
And to me, it looks like it's going to be a two-horse race. Well, I do think we're going to have some longer odds today. Yeah, the best bet today.
Lang Whitman on the Morning Rush is brought to you by Brothers Roofing and Restoration, serving Arkansas since 1987. Call 479-353-3877 to get a free estimate and schedule your inspection today.
All right, time to go to Oakland. Get ready for another weekend. We got a lot of things going on. I know they'll have in the main line there all the games, and racing will be done on Saturday well before the Razorbacks play, but it's another big Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Lang Whitman at the Railbird 333 joins us now, brought to you by Brothers Roofing and Restoration. Arkansas Derby week is next week, and post position draws are coming up, Lang.
Yeah, this is kind of the calm before the storm of what's coming next week at Oakland. The post-position draw for the Arkansas Derby is going to be held tomorrow at Oakland. Between the first and second races, it'll be on the screen everywhere. I think Nancy Holthus and the crowd will be maybe in the winner's circle to broadcast that, and we'll see who's racing in the Arkansas Derby and how many horses are in the event.
All right, this Saturday, every Saturday seems to have some kind of stakes race. A Grade 3, $500,000 Essex Handicap is this weekend. This will be a great race to kind of anchor the weekend.
Yeah, just the one stakes race this weekend is kind of said the calm before the storm. Next week we have 8 stakes races, including 5 on Arkansas Derby Day next Saturday. But the Essex is this Saturday, a mile and an eighth race, Grade 3, $500,000. The favorite is going to be Skippy Longstocking, a horse that is 7 years old, has made 36 starts in his career. With 13 wins, he's earned $5.4 million. His last race was a big win, a Grade 1 win in the Pegasus World Cup down at Gulfstream in Miami. He's coming up here, I think, to prepare for the Oakland Handicap later in the meet. He's going to try to get this $500,000 prize here in the Essex tomorrow.
All right, if you want to hear more about the Essex, you can go to hitthatline.com and our podcast center where you can find the horse right here. Scott Blair and Lang break down several races, including the Essex Stakes, for this weekend. You've had a pretty good run of picking a best bet on Friday. What's the good price today at Oakland on a Friday?
Yeah, I need to start a new streak. The streak I was on ended last week with a bad pick. We're going to go to race 10 today, horse number 8. One True Chance, 12-1 on the morning line. This is a 6-furlong race, claiming $10,000. This is One True Chance, third start off a brief rest. One of the top jockeys, Francisco Arrieta, is riding. He likes the distance, 9 career starts, 3 wins, 2 shows. He ran well at a claiming level of $16,000 above today's level last fall at Turfway Park, a repeat of that race, and he was not too far off that race when he raced just 8 days ago here at Oakland and ran third. Can get One True Chance to the winner's circle today, hopefully at this nice 12-1 price. If he's going to come down off that price a little bit, hey, we'll take 6 or 7-1 and be happy with it.
All right, you can get all of Lang's picks for today and throughout the weekend, next week for Derby week, at the Railbird 333, and Lang will customize a plan for you or get you the picks for the rest of this meet, other tracks, and more at the Railbird 333, Facebook, X, anywhere on social media they can find you, Lang.
Yeah, I'll be there, and like you said, I can customize anything for anybody. It's just me. I do it all myself. Don't answer to anybody, so I make up the rules as I go along.
There you go. All right, man. Enjoy the racing this weekend, and I'll be excited to talk to you next week as we get ready for the Arkansas Derby.
Yeah, big day next week. Let's get some winners this week and then move forward.
All right, Lang Whitman with us every Friday. Brought to you by Brothers Roofing and Restoration, 479-353-3877 is Brother's number. Brother can help you assess your roof damage if you've been through a hailstorm, through high winds. We have had some weather move across our state in the last few weeks, which is not uncommon this time of the year. And if you're starting to see some spots on the ceiling, or maybe you've seen some shingles in the yard, maybe it's time to have Brother come and inspect your roof absolutely free. 479-353-3877 is the number. Brother also has years of experience as an insurance adjuster, so no one's better at working with the insurance company than Brother to make sure you maximize your insurance benefits. 479-353-3877 for Brothers Roofing and Restoration. I bet they have a big crowd for the racing next weekend. End of spring break. People are going to be off work a little bit. Kids out of school. I bet it'll be a big crowd as usual for Derby Day, but maybe larger than normal if the weather holds up for the Arkansas Derby.
Yeah, and you can also watch games there, too.
Yeah.
So you can kind of do it all at Oakland. All right, well, we're winding down here in Portland. Really appreciate just having everyone here, listening here on the Morning Rush, ESPN Arkansas. Coming up halftime, and just a reminder, Tommy, we got this text earlier. Want to remind everyone again, I know not everyone has followed our social media pages and everything. We cannot stream on hitthatline.com. We got some text on our Lewis Automotive Group hotline.
The game broadcast. Let's clarify. The game broadcast.
Correct.
The NCAA does not allow affiliate stations to stream that. We can air them on our stations, but the stingy old NCAA doesn't allow us to do it.
So if you want to listen to us, ESPN 104.3 Harrison, Mount Hope, Marshall, ESPN 99.5 Northwest Arkansas, 96.3 is kind of Hot Springs and Central Arkansas, South Arkansas, and then also 95.3 Fort Smith and River Valley. Baseball, though, we'll have. And we'll have baseball and basketball tomorrow, so you get double the trouble, Tommy.
There you go. All right, it's been a Fast Break Friday brought to you by QC Kinetics right here in Northwest Arkansas. 479-999-1234 is the number. 999-1234 for our great friends at QC Kinetics.
Coming up next, halftime, Phil Ellison, Matt Jones, Big C, more reaction and preview of South Carolina this weekend on the way.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.